When it comes to your friends and family, 0 fatalities is the only acceptable number. This is the first thing you'll see when you open Utah's 0 fatalities page. I would like to tell you a story. But here's something that you should know about me first. I would never wear my seatbelt, like ever. A few days ago, my boyfriend and I were getting into the car to go to school. I open the door and I sit down. I place my heavy backpack on my lap and then I wait. The car isn't moving. I look over at David and he's just staring straight ahead. He turns to me and says, "Because I love you, I'm not starting this car until I hear a click." I make a big deal about it, laugh it off, and then quickly buckle because if we don't leave soon, we're going to be late for school. Okay, the story's almost over. That day in health. We have a visitor from 0 Fatalities Utah, and what she says pierces me because it was personal. Because someone loves me, and they told me to buckle up. Today, I am first going to explain a few facts about buckling up on Utah roads. I am then going to show you 2 vastly different advertisements 0 Fatalities Utah have made to try convincing Utahns to wear their seatbelt. I am going to determine these differences with you and talk about how both of them play with our emotions to initially make us act upon them. I am going to finish by telling you what you can all do and why it's in your best interest to do it. By the way, thank you to 0 Fatalities website for all of their helpful information. Seatbelts are the single most effective traffic safety device for preventing health and injury. 3 out of 4 people who are ejected during a fatal crash die from their injuries. If the driver fastens his seatbelt and the car gets hit, they obviously won't be thrown from the seat and can maneuver the vehicle to avoid any possible following impacts. Makes sense, right? What's the smart thing to do here? Over the last 5 years, almost half of all people who died on Utah's roads were not buckled. Why am I telling you these things? I want to make it clear that seatbelt use isn't just a personal decision, it's a smart decision. Zero Fatalities is a program all about eliminating fatalities on our roadways. It sets the goal of 0 deaths on Utah roads. This supports Utah's seatbelt law. Seatbelt laws are divided into 2 categories, primary and secondary. Primary seatbelt laws allow law enforcement officers to ticket a driver or a passenger for not wearing a seatbelt without any other traffic offense. Secondary seatbelt laws state that law enforcement officers may issue a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt only when there is another citable traffic infraction. Here in Utah, we follow the primary seatbelt law, and this is where most people have a problem. Why should there be a law that determines what goes on in their personal life and in their own vehicle? In a crash, unbuckled passengers can become a projective and increase the risk of hurting or killing others in the car by 40%. They don't realize that the seatbelt use affects everyone, not just them. Watch this shocking video. One second as I get up already. And don't mind the words at the end, they're backwards.
Sam looks like he's sleeping, but he's not. He's not thinking. He's not breathing. He's dead. He was in a crash, but the twist is that didn't kill him. His unbuckled parent did by flying into the backseat of the car after the impact.
Wow, what emotion did you just feel right there? I want you to remember that emotion while you watch this next video.
Have a great first day of school, sweetie. Buckle up!
Good night, honey. Buckle up.
Buckle up. No, okay, I'm gonna tell him.
If you love someone,
Hey, Dad.
tell them to buckle up.
Buckle up.
As I said before, two very vastly different emotions that you feel from two videos that portray the same thing. To buckle up. The first one convinces us that if we don't buckle ourselves, we'll hurt the ones that we love. And the second one reasons that we need to tell those that we love to buckle up or they'll hurt themselves. Both of those emotions require a reaction. The reason why we feel these emotions is because we all care about someone and we always want them to be safe. Even the people who hate police officers, you know, the guys in uniforms that pull you over if you aren't wearing a seatbelt, understand that the law exists for their own good. So here's what you can do. Tell your loved ones to buckle up. It's that simple. Today we went over statistics about driving safely on Utah roads. We decided that seatbelt use isn't just a personal decision, it's a smart decision. We talked about how hearing that click for yourself not only protects you, but everyone around you. We watched 2 advertisements that compared the emotions we felt from them, and how both of these emotions are great convincers that to buckle up isn't just a law to force us to do something in our personal life, but is a law to protect you and those you love. I myself will always use a seatbelt while in a vehicle, and I will tell everyone I love to buckle up every time. I hope that I've convinced you to do the same.